Greetings, fellow Facebookites and fellow YouTubeites. And for the final time in 2013, let's get ready to rock and roll! Okay, today is what I call New Year's Eve Eve. In other words, Monday, December the 30th of 2013. And I hope you've all had a very Merry Christmas this past Wednesday. Okay, well, anyway, I had a pretty good Christmas too. Last Tuesday, I had my stuff packed. I took my luggage and my little gift that I had for my gift exchange at my sister's place, and went over to. First off, I did go to work as normal. But right after work, my brother-in-law would come down to my workplace and pick me up. And then we'd go down to and pick up my niece, and then my great niece, Amira. That's right, folks. I've been a great uncle already, long before little Zoe was born. Remember that little baby picture, that little baby I showed y'all a handful of weeks ago? Anyway, picked up my niece, and then went down to my sister's house for Christmas, and we had, and of course, my nephew and his wife and my new great niece Zoe all came by, and of course we played a few games. Of course we played a little game where each of us chipped in $3 for this game, and of course, it was a little dice game that we all played, and of course, whoever was left with at least $1 wins. After everyone else loses their money, and wins all the money in the pile. And there were 7 of us playing, so it was $21 in all. And guess who won all $21? Yep. Yours truly. Okay, so anyway, I want to had a pretty good that was a pretty good time, and of course there were some other games. I don't remember how many games we played. I know we played a little minute to win it game where we had to take some cardboard or something and fan and take this ornament ball, place it on the floor, and take this fan and kind of get it to rolling towards this square, without touching the ball, So then we did a little gift exchange. Of course, little Amira had gifts to give us all that she made, little crafts, she made, for me, she made this little magnet, see, magnet on the back, and see my name there, and those are supposed to be some sunglasses or just glasses there, so not bad at all. And we played a little gift exchange. We played a little gift exchange game, and we did. And the gift that I took for the gift exchange was I'd bought a $25 Buffalo Wild Wings gift card. So what I wound up getting for the gift exchange is, check this out. You take a water gun, a squirt gun, and mix it up with a condiment bottle, and you get this. A condiment gun. Squirt this, squirts mustard or ketchup onto a hot dog or a hamburger or whatnot, So, what do you think of that? One other thing I got for Christmas. This is something that's been in the family for ages. I think a relative made this, but hold on just one sec. This is something that my sister has stored away. Ever since, hard to believe it's been this long, but ever since it's been 19 years since my sister got hitched. Since my sister and brother-in-law got hitched. Hard to believe that's been that long. Which means, come next November, my sister and brother-in-law are going to hit the 20-year mark. 2 decades of marriage. Anyway, this is what my sister got me. That's right. Hudgens. My real last name. Yeah, this is something that... Now, this used to have a mirror on the back of it. Okay, so you'd see mirrors in these letters. But somehow the mirror broke. And so... But they were able to have it removed. And so now I've got to just... like, you could stick your fingers through the letters, you know. Or you could see through the letters, you know. So... Yep. Anyway, it's nice to have this finally back in a household with the last name of Hudgens. You know, this has been the family for years. So, anyway, it's nice of my sister to give me this. Let me hang this back on the wall. Okay. And of course, we all got some Christmas money from my dad and my stepmom. Yeah, I got a $50 bill myself, and I figured out what to get for my $50. You know, at least one idea. You know, now I don't know if y'all remember this. You know, if you saw the video I recently did a handful of weeks ago, when I announced the inductees into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2014. If you might remember, at the end of the video, my phone started to ring. Yeah, my landline. In fact, you might not have seen it, but my phone was right there on top of my TV. You see, you know, kind of hard to maneuver my arm, you know, when I'm looking this way, you know. But anyway, it was right there with my answering machine, and but here's the funny thing. For some reason, you know, what am I trying to say? Oh yeah, my landline service wasn't working, and so, in fact, because when I picked up my phone, nothing but dead silence. No dial tone, no nothing. And you know, if you were to have tried to call my apartment, you know, you'd wind up with a busy signal. What the heck's up with that? And of course, it eventually became, instead of a busy signal, you get a recording after one ring. We're sorry, but due to some issues with the phone company facilities, we cannot. Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please try again later. So, anyway, this past Thursday, I called up the, because you see, I get my landline and internet service and digital cable through Cox Communications. Okay, so I called up Cox, and they scheduled for someone to come down the next day, this past Friday, and I had them come in the morning, between 8 and 10 in the morning. And so, anyway, a man came down, and he noticed one thing. You know, my phone service wasn't hooked up to a modem. It was hooked up to the wall down there. Kind of old school, don't you think? And so, anyway, we got... now, of course, the modem I had already had on my computer. This is it right here. This is one that I had bought years ago. But he was able to get me another modem provided by the cable company, and obviously no extra charge to me. But obviously, if for some reason I was to discontinue my service with Cox, I'd have to give him back the modem, as well as the digital converter box, and you know, if I was to call off my cable TV, you get the idea. But anyway, we got it all. We were able to get it all hooked up, and voila, I'm back in business. Now, of course, as if that's not enough, and And of course, obviously, no charge for that. That's not what I use with my Christmas money. But you're pretty close. I decided that now the phone that I was using, the landline, was a corded phone with caller ID in it. But sometimes I wind up getting static on that thing, and I decided I wanted to get me a cordless landline because I know my mom's got one. She's got a couple actually, and so anyway, I went. Now, of course, that Christmas Day, obviously places like Walmart and Best Buy were closed. Doy. But places like Walmart and CVS were open. I went to a couple of Walmart locations and CVS location, and check out what little electronics, because what little electronics they sell in those stores, you never know. But the only phones they had available were cord phones. I don't want a cord phone. I want a cordless one. So anyway, Thursday night I went down to Best Buy, found what I was looking for, and now of course I didn't need one with a built-in answering machine. I've already got an answering machine, and it still works fine, So hold on a sec. This is the landline that I got. Cool, huh? And of course, my for some reason, I don't know if it's the batteries or what, but it's kind of hard to read unless you hold it at a certain angle. My cord phone, hard to read that caller ID if I get a call, But this one is backlit, so yep. So anyway, pretty kick-ass, don't you think? Now I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. Given I'm a bachelor, you might think that I might be nuts for having. You might think I'm nuts for having both this landline and my cell phone. Okay? Well, you follow Facebook-ites and follow YouTube-ites. You can think what you want. But you know what? As Casey and the Sunshine Band would say, that's the way, I like it, So anyway, but, yeah, a new cordless phone for my landline, and along with my fixed up, improved digital telephone service, works like a charm, don't you think? Okay, anyway, so that was a pretty good Christmas I had, and so now that all that's over and done with, of course, it's almost the end of 2013, and so what do I plan on doing for 2013? Well, I plan on hopping on a light rail. This is what I've been doing for the past handful of years, hopping a light rail over to Tempe to that New Year's Eve block party. So it ought to be fun, and so what I plan on, and of course, thank God the light rail will run, and of course on New Year's Eve it's a free ride on the light rail. Okay, so that ought to be, and of course it'll run until like 2 in the morning New Year's Day. So I'll have plenty of time to make it home. I'll be able to make it home. So of course, you never know if I'm going to run into someone who's loaded and all. But speaking of loaded, I'm sure many of you people are going to have parties. Maybe you'll watch the ball drop in New York City on all those New Year's Eve shows and all that stuff. Tell you what, watching those shows, I know it ain't the same anymore with Dick Clark being gone, But the old saying, the show must go on, Well, but whatever you do for New Year's Eve, whatever you do, just please don't have too much to guzzle down on New Year's Eve. But if you do have one too many, whatever you do, please don't resort to getting behind the wheel. Find another way home. Just like my way, the light rail. Okay, one more thing I'm going to do here. There's some shout-outs I want to give. Starting with the birthday shout-outs like I usually do here. Okay, so let me get on over to my little event calendar. Okay, so okay, the day after Christmas was some birthdays for a couple of my fellow Facebookites. Angela Duke Harris, another old classmate from high school, and another one, Susan Curry Jones. Hope you two had happy birthdays. Okay, and yesterday was a birthday for another old classmate of mine. He was a drum major in marching band, Doyle Mackey, an old friend of mine. Hope you had a happy birthday too, my man. Okay, and you know what, I'm going to go ahead and stop right there for the birthday shout-outs. I'll stop right there for because on the next birthday ain't until this coming Saturday, so I'll save that for a later video. There's also a shout-out I want to give to someone I mentioned a few times on some recent videos. You remember when I told you that when I had my Thanksgiving vacation over to West Texas, all the things that I was able to do, but the one thing I was not able to do was to see that old friend of mine. So, and of course, I found out on my Facebook that she is in the process of they're getting things packed. They are in the process of about to get ready to move back to Houston, where they used to live, and so to Heather Christman, hope bummer I wasn't able to see you this past November, but I know you wanted to see me too, but had you not got run into some weather problems, trying to get back to Midland from New York City. New York City! I couldn't resist, folks. But anyway, I'm glad I was able to see you 2 Novembers ago. Better than nothing, Okay, but in any case, hope you and your family have a safe move to Houston, and of course, I'll bet you'll be talking about on that blog of yours. I plugged your blog. You folks might remember I plugged her blog before. Well, her blog on Facebook. Well, here it is again, spelled like one word. I have stuff to tell people, along with her own personal Facebook page. But here it is. I have stuff to tell people. So, okay, well, with all that out of the way, like I said, folks, it's been a lot of fun doing this throughout 2013, and look forward to doing some more in doing some more YouTube shows in 2014. So keep watching for the next one. I may do it this coming weekend. Who knows? But we'll see. But like I said, folks, whatever you do, if you plan on going out to celebrate the new year, but if you had one too many to guzzle down on, whatever you do, don't have too much to guzzle down on. But if you do, then don't resort to getting behind the wheel. Find another way home. Because let's face it, drinking and driving, they're just like oil and water. They don't mix. Just remember that. So, but whatever you do, folks, you folks go out and have yourselves a happy new year. So, and with that being said, that's going to do it for me for now. So until next time in 2014, Let's get ready to rock and roll! Crisscross applesauce out. Have a happy new year.